Hey y'all, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, I'm just glad that you guys had decided to vibe with me. Yes, the one and only E. And I am thrilled to let you guys in on today's vibe of the day. So, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're not new to this, but true to this, hey y'all, what's up? What's poppin'? But before I give y'all today's vibe of the day, I want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, whether you want to go or at home. Just get real comfortable and enjoy listening to me. Okay? So, in honor of the holiday season, such as Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, and other holidays that you guys may celebrate, today's vibe is all about traditions. Yes, the reason why today's vibe is all about traditions because, like I said, it's holiday time, and this is where things get a little, I'm not gonna say a little, it gets exciting to me. It's really, really exciting. Learning new traditions, creating new traditions, and sticking to traditions that has been passed down from generation to generation to generation. It excites me, especially within the Black community. Traditions are one of the many things that is important to us because it sticks to us. It's something that we created or has been created, like I said, from our generations down, and down. So, like I mentioned, by being holiday time, this is where traditions are pulled out the most. And I love seeing it on social media. It's from the pajamas, what y'all eat for dinner, how y'all hook y'all trees up, how y'all celebrate Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and whatever other holidays that you guys may celebrate in the Black community. I'm all here for it. And I love the holiday time because, like I said, that's where you see all the creativities, all the amazing traditions from dishes, culture, fashion, music, whatever it is. I'm such a fan of it. I'm so like, I'll be so into it. It's just be like, that is the most beautiful thing ever because traditions are the many things that overall, to me, it helps bring family together. Family and close friends together. Traditions are very important because it's the passing on of beliefs, customs, and stories from one generation to the next. So, like, storytelling is like traditions. Like, you telling me this, you telling me that, and this, I'm learning this, I'm learning that. There's a tradition. We tell a story every year or things like that. And whatever's custom, like, we customize this. Like, in my household, we do Secret Santa, and when we do Secret Santa, it's Christmas Eve night. It's a tradition that we all wear the same pajamas. Sometimes it's a tradition sometimes that like every Christmas we try to do different things with dishes. We try to be a little bit more different with decorations. We try to do, it's a lot of things that impacts with like holiday time, especially for Christmas for me, because that's when I celebrate Christmas. And whoever celebrates Hanukkah and Kwanzaa, I really don't know much about it, but I love the ideas of it and I love what it's about. And I would love to probably one day, maybe dig a little deeper and see what it's about. So let's get into it. Even though I got into it, but we're going to get really into it. I already told y'all what are traditions. So why are traditions important? Traditions are important because they help to preserve a group history and create a sense of belonging. They also provide a sense of stability in a changing environment. Traditions can be a source of joy and celebration. Now, that right there, that last sentence, traditions can be a source of joy and celebration. Yes, traditions is something that you look forward to, especially by it being holiday time. In honor of holiday time, I took it upon myself to talk about traditions because, like I said, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and whatever holiday that you celebrate, those are where the traditions come out at. Those are the times where you're able to enjoy yourself. Those are the times where you're at ease, you're at peace, even if you are going through the worst times of your life. The traditions that you have with your family and friends, close friends, when you're around them and y'all know what time it is, like, hey, you know it's time it is, you know it's time to do this, do that. Those be the times where whatever's going on in your life, it sweeps it under the rug and it turns everything into a new light. It turns a negative to a positive. Like whatever you was going through, it's going to easily get out. It's going to easily go under the rug. And that's what I love about traditions, because when you make traditions with your friends, your close friends and your family, regardless of what's going on, those traditions, spending time with the ones you love, it makes things go away like a snap, like a blink of an eye, snap of a finger. Like, it is just so crazy how a vibe didn't just switch out like that. Because of the traditions that you guys have, it brings the joy out of you. It brings you joy. It helps you be comfortable, and it helps you even experience some more things you never thought you could experience when it comes to traditions. Like I said, like within my household, we do like on Christmas Eve, we do Secret Santa, eat cool stuff, you know, not cool stuff, but like we try to do different cultural stuff. And we tried to do like, you know, the cookies, that's a tradition. You have to do cookies. You have to do Christmas cookies. We started the tradition with the Secret Santa, and every year the limit is different. This year's limit is $10, y'all, and I'm not going to lie to y'all. It was impossible for me to get a gift for $10. Y'all, I really had to get really creative. And that was the thing, too. Like I said, when it comes to traditions, you can stick to a tradition, but sometimes things tweak. Like with this Secret Santa, y'all, last year I think it was $20. This year was $10, because sometimes we go up, down, or we stay the same. But this year we went $10 down. So, y'all, I'm like, what can I do? And I tried, if I go over my limit, I try to go at least $1 or $2 over the limit. Not $5, $10, because then that's like, oh, you trying to think you better than everybody. And I don't want to do that. But I am very creative when it comes to the gifts. I've been told that I give good gifts. So I'm like, okay, cool. So for my Secret Santa, I'm not going to say who it is, because my family members most definitely listen to the podcast. So I'm just going to say, hopefully my Secret Santa like their gift, because baby, I had to get real creative, and I got things that they would need. Well, I wouldn't even say need, things that they like, and also a need too, because like, hey, who doesn't need whatever. Piece of clothing, I'm going to say that. Or don't need a piece of clothing and a little accessories. No. So, yes. So when it comes to traditions, y'all, the joy of a tradition is just out of this world. Like I said, like regardless of what you're going through or what you might be going through, sometimes the traditions, like around holiday time, are the best times to, you know, have that moment or that situation or pause and spend it with the ones you love, because they are the ones that are going to make sure you're good regardless. Even if they don't know what's going on, they're going to turn that negative to a positive real quick, along with the celebration. I know, like around holiday time, because also forgot about Thanksgiving too, that just passed. A lot of people I know too, like Thanksgiving, you know, is usually traditional to be at somebody's house. Now in the Black community, here and there, we're also renting halls and having Thanksgiving at halls, because the family getting so big that, you know, people having babies everywhere. It's like, okay, I can't have y'all all at my little house. So now I got to, you know, put y'all in a hall, because it's a lot of us. And those be the times too, like I say, the celebrations be the most wonderful times. Like, it's the most wonderful time of the year, holiday time. Yes. But being around your family and your close friends, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying close friends and family, because your close friends turn into family. They call them kinships in the Black family. You know, you got, as they say, your play cousins and your fake aunties and all that. No. To me, I'm like, if we known each other for so many plus years, I don't know what a friend is. Like, you my cousin, but we not related by blood. But we not blood. But at times, y'all still gotta remember too, sometimes blood ain't thicker than water. Sometimes water, they say, is thicker than blood. And sometimes we have those moments. and that, and sometimes they become a part of the tradition. Sometimes they become part of the tradition, and it's like, wow, you're not a friend no, you're not a family friend no more. You're a family, and you know what's going. Well, you know what gets on. You know what's going 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 on. Like I'm just like it's my thoughts are running so fast because like when I was writing down this vibe and the notes and stuff, I was like, bro, and hearing from my friends and their traditions, I'm like, whoa, like there is the black community, bro, when it comes to our community, we are very creative, especially when it comes to traditions, because when it comes to celebrations, with impacting joy for traditions, we know how to make some stuff shake. We know how to make some of the craziest ass ideas be so interesting. Like, but the pajama thing, when y'all get creative with pajamas, like had the onesies, or some people even customize their pajamas. I'm like, what the hell? But it's creative, and they do it as a tradition. And every little thing that the black community does, that we do in the black community, I love it. I love it. The traditions, even not even for the holiday time, say like for birthdays, anniversaries, or graduations, it'd be a tradition that if you graduate from college, I gotta give you a party and stuff like that. That right there, that stuff excites me because y'all go out and beyond, like proms, like it's a tradition, like, they say the tradition you have to go to a date. I didn't have a date my junior prom, and I didn't have senior prom due to COVID. But the traditions that happens over and over and over, they live on. Like, I love it. And like I said, I love it, especially holiday time, because that's where all the creativity comes out, especially from the black community. Shout out to my black community, as always. I love y'all. Amazing ideas. And I love it. Like, I love it, love it, love it, love it. So let's get down to the nitty gritty of how do traditions bring people together? Because, it takes a lot to get a lot of people to come together, especially the black community. It takes a lot out of me for me to go to certain places and to be around certain people, depending on what the event is and how long the event is. And, sometimes us black people, we ask 1,000 questions. I'm that type of person because I need to know every detail so I, come correct and not wrong. Even when it comes to dress code, because y'all, that's another thing. When it comes to traditions like birthday parties, I feel like sometimes people do the tradition where you have to have a dress code. And I'm trust me, y'all, I don't have no problem with it because I love fashion. I'm getting really deep into like the creative minds and things like that of like thrift shopping and, oversized cargos, things like that, fashion. So I'm like, okay. The only thing that makes me upset is that if I feel like I overdid it, because like, okay, this is a party, every year they had an annual party for this or that, or family reunions, stuff like that. I don't want to be over the top because I'll be like, oh, shit. So how do traditions bring people together? Well, let me just say this. Traditions bring people together by allowing them to share values and experience. They are also of creating a sense of unity and understanding in a group, and they provide a sense of connection to something larger than oneself. Traditions can also help to create a sense of community and belonging. So with that being said, like, how do traditions bring people together? You can create a tradition one time or go to something annual, like an event, something like that, and then you make it, it helps you bring people together. Like, I'll say like the breast cancer walk I did with my mom and her friends and my little sister. That made me want to do a breast cancer walk every year or be involved with breast cancer. So that's a tradition to me. Like every year when October comes, it's a tradition to me that I must participate in something involving breast cancer to support it and wear my pink, because that's a tradition that I made for myself, and it also helped me get closer. Well, not even close. Well, yeah, I'll say closer, spend more time with my sister and my mom. That made people come together, and like with those annual events, I've seen a lot of black women participate in that event, and it was very, very, very amazing because these are annual events that people make as traditions. Like every year, it's a must that they must participate in the Black Cancer Walk to honor the people they know that have breast cancer or to honor their selves. So that's a big one to me. Like, for me, I must participate in something that involves breast cancer, and I must wear pink at least a couple of times out of the month because in honor of breast cancer. Along with bringing people together, another thing I say is like my house. It's a tradition in my house that every Sunday or whenever the Ravens play, people must come to the basement. The basement is like Sundays. At my house, is a tradition every football season. You must come here to watch the game. It's been a tradition like that since I was little. Like ever since the basement has been created, before the basement even had got an upgrade, it would be a lot of people deep in like a now I'm gonna say not so small, but like semi-large, medium, small, medium, large. It's so hard to explain y'all room. But it's a tradition that every Sunday that the game is a must to be over here. Like, we're not going over nobody else's house to watch the game. Everybody must watch the game here. And that been a tradition since I was younger. And that tradition has been living on for years. Because as you get older, you grow and the people that come grow. So, yes, that's one of the family traditions as well. Because, like, you bring people together. Like, you have your crew. And then some of their people from their crew starts to, get accepted into the crew. As they say in the basement, like, gets, sworn in. And then, it's like, wow. Okay, that brings people together. I feel like good food, good music, a good game, whatever good is going to bring us black people together. Don't put us in a room where it's something that don't look good. If it just don't look good, don't sound good, I don't want to go. And that's what I feel like that's what brings people together. Having a vibe that you can maintain, let alone whoever is hosting it and who's there. Make sure the vibe is good because that makes you want to be there. That makes you want to be like, okay, this is a tradition that I could do like every Sunday. I'll go here or every Saturday or every Friday, whatever day y'all make it to where so y'all hang out, see each other, whatever. Like, I'm trying to make my own tradition with myself. Like at least once or twice out of the month, I got to treat myself, even though it's holiday time, y'all, I know. Sometimes we need a break. We need to, like I say, have that mirror conversation. And if you're new to this, I say this all the time. Sometimes you need to make time for you. You are your number one priority. Even if you do have a family or someone else to raise or taking in on something very big, you must have time for yourself because at the end of the day, your mental matters. And I'm also big on the mental. The mental is one of the many important things because your mind is juggling every second, every hour, every minute of the day. It don't stop unless, God forbid, something happens. But that mind is going to race. And you also have to take the initiative to do for you. So, even though I said this is going to be impacting on the holiday time, let's take a moment to focus on making traditions for ourselves, such as like I know a lot of people say every Sunday is their tradition where it's their self-care routine. It's a self-care routine. It's a self-care day. They don't answer no phones. They don't touch no laptop. Don't touch no work. Don't do nothing. If they do, it's something involving they want to do. Like if they want to relax in the house, they're going to do that. If they want to go out for a drink or have brunch, they're going to do that. They're not doing anything that doesn't help them mentally and physically. So such as like for me, every 15th, I try to treat myself. I made that a tradition to myself. Try to treat myself to something. It could be so small, like a good $10 or $20. I ain't going to say $10 because I don't think food is $10 like that no more. And if it is, it's on sale or discount or stuff. I got a I probably got a what's the name for it, but most of the times I try to give myself like over $30-$40 meal, depending on what it is and where I'm at and if I got paid. Like I try to give myself, I try to treat myself, I try to reward myself, and you know, sometimes you gotta honor yourself. You need to make it that a tradition, like have days or have some day out of the month or like every couple months, and you know, treat yourself, do for you, because you are important. Your mental is important as well as your physical, but that mental, baby, that's very, 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 very important. So I want you guys to take a minute and be like, and just think of ideas that you can do to help you, especially when it comes to you. Self-care day, meditation, taking yourself out every once in a blue moon, having a self-care day, or staying in, relaxing, having a sleep-in day. Like, you know, whatever you want to do, make that a tradition, a routine for yourself so you can feel comfortable and you will be better. I'm telling y'all, it's going to work. Now, me, I've been slacking on my tradition I made for myself within the beginning of the year because I've been working and the semester was getting to me. But now the semester is over and I'm working. Like I got a whole bunch of kids to feed. But in the meantime, in between time, yes, I'm going to find something for me to help me so I don't break the tradition. Okay? So let's go back to how do traditions bring people together. With just allowing people to come together to share values and experiences, like coming together, like I said, like as a family and close friends, those are the many things that helps people come together. Like I said, for me at my house, every Sunday is a tradition where we have the game plays. Like everybody watch the game here. Okay, it's a must. We watching the game here. We provide food, drinks, whatever. It's a must here every Sunday. I haven't seen a Sunday yet that we haven't watched the game here. I don't watch the game like that because I be at work, but you know, money must be made. But I do be here after the game. You know, it's a tradition that, you know, every Sunday is at my house. So, you know, that's what my dad likes to do. So, like, we have traditions like, you know, things like that. Like, that can bring people together. Or you go to this person's house every Christmas, every Hanukkah, every Kwanzaa, every Thanksgiving, or every whatever holiday, Friendsgiving. Do y'all got one for Christmas? Like Friendsmas? Like, I don't know. I haven't had a Friendsgiving and I have not had a Friendsmas. That's what I'm saying it right. Friendsmas, because you know, Christmas, Friendsmas, whatever. Like, I haven't had a Friends. I'm going to just say Friends Christmas. And when I do have Friends Christmas, it'd be my best friend. Like a group of friends, not so much. This year, I'm going to try that with my friends. Hopefully it go good. If it do go good, we can make that our tradition. You know, because that's just helping us bring each other together. Because we also decided on to do Secret Santa, and our limit was $30. So I had a little leeway with that Secret Santa. Like I had, you know, I could be creative, but we also told each other, you know, send a list of 5 things that y'all like so we can get a hint, like, so we could probably buy all 5, probably 4, 3, 2, 1, because like at least one of the options that we all gave was expensive. Like I seen about polo tees, beanies. Some beanies are high, depending on if you want the designers. You know, like I seen a whole bunch of ideas, y'all, that we was giving off each other. I'm like, dang. But like I said, like that was one of the traditions that we made for ourselves, was to do Secret Santa. And if it goes right this first year around, every year we'll do it. And then hey, that helped us bring each other more closer. We shared a value with each other. Like, okay, me and my friend Naya, if y'all don't know, Naya, y'all need to listen to Vibing Out with Naya and Dion. shout out to Naya, because that was her idea to do Secret Santa. And I was just kind of like, okay, I'm with it. But within our friend group is a lot of dudes. So we're like, okay, we got to get a good limit amount, you know, not too high, not too low. So 30 was our limit. And then, you know, we're going to meet up with each other, you know, have some nice food, some drinks, give each other gifts, and have a nice time because, like, the semester's finally over. Okay, shout out to Morgan State University for making sure that I was good, making sure the rest of the fellow Bears was good because this was a semester. And I thank God I persevered through this and my close friends also that are fellow Bears because, baby, it was something. So it's time to act the fool, act the clown. But, yeah, so we came up with that idea and that value to the idea was like, okay, we can make this a tradition because it's already a national tradition that people have. So let's make it our own with our friend group. And it allowed us to share how we feel, what we want to do. And we understand our creativity because we also say, like, be creative, you know. If you got to make it, draw it, whatever, do it, man. As long as it's creative, you know, like traditions can help you create a sense of creativity. Like, I love that with the tradition because you can create anything like Friendsgiving and Friends Christmas. That's a tradition that's now people are holding up to, especially in the Black community, that I have not experienced yet. Hopefully, cross my fingers that I will next year, the year after that with my friends because, like, I look at it every day like we're almost out of college. Some with their first, some with their second degree. Like, we're almost done. Like, and we're going to start making our own traditions or following the traditions that our family had or that our partner's family had. It combined, you know. I look forward to it. I'm a little scared because I'm not playing when it comes to my traditions, okay? But y'all know what I'm ready to say. And if you're new here, buckle up and get ready for this. Every topic that I talk about, I always weigh out the good and the bad. And yes, when it comes to traditions, there are pros and there are cons. So let's get into it. Traditions are a great way to create a feeling of sharing identity and purpose as they provide a sense of continuing and stability in a society. Okay? That's good and dandy. It's you know, okay, it's giving what it's supposed to get. However, they can diverse as different groups can disagree on the importance or meaning of certain traditions. Traditions can also be like resent as they can create a sense of, Lord, y'all, like it can create a sense of like an uproar. Because sometimes, let me say this, like I said, we talk about the good, now talk about the bad sometimes traditions. Sometimes you can live up to a tradition, and then sometimes as you get older, you know, like I said, when like me and Mahal look at my friends, we're getting older and we're doing traditions now with ourselves. Imagine when we have our own family, the traditions may break because of the lifestyle that we're doing, the lifestyle that we created for ourselves, the lifestyle that we worked so hard in college for. Such as like I have friends that want to be engineers. I have friends that want to be teachers. I have friends that wants to be, work with computers. I have a teacher. I have friends that are in the same major as me, social work. I have nursing majors. I have lawyers. Like, it's a lot. And, I want y'all to think, like I said, a lot of careers. That's a lot of time. And a lot of money that we will be making. So at times we might not even have time to all link together because of our lifestyle. And hopefully them traditions will not break. However, like within the family, sometimes when you get older, them traditions you have breaks. Like y'all, I lied to you now. And it's so crazy that today's vibe of the day is traditions, because if y'all don't know soul food, that's one of the biggest, I feel like one of the biggest movies that everybody in the Black community should know about, because they had a tradition every Sunday that they had family dinner. Like they had Sunday dinner at Big Mama's house. When Big Mama passed, the tradition started to fade because people had things going on. They had to take, I forgot his name, the little boy to lie. But he lied, but his lie was true at the same time. If y'all didn't watch it, y'all need to watch it. I'm going to give y'all a summary. So basically, every Sunday, Big Mama had Sunday dinner. It was traditional. It's a tradition in their house. However, she was getting sick. So, like, the tradition was somewhat fading away. And by that somewhat fading away, that made more conflict within the family. Like, everybody going at this one, everybody going at that, and everybody doing things, like, out of the woodworks, you know? So, as she got sick, you know, Big Mom was telling him, like, you got to keep the family together. You got to keep the family together. And that's what I think also is a big impact with traditions, is that within the black family, having that the grandmother or great grandmother keeping the family together was one that I feel like is a tradition, period. Like, they are the head honcho of making sure everything's put together, because they're the ones that create the traditions, because they're the ones passing it down from, they got to pass down from their family, and it's coming down to their families and family and family and family. So overall, like, you know, when she passed, the little boy, y'all, I forgot his name. I literally was just watching that movie like 3 or 2 hours ago before my favorite movie, Meet the Browns, came on, okay? So, you know, it was tradition for them to eat Sunday dinner at Big Mama's house. Big Mama passed. They was acting a fool. Little boy had to step in. He had to lie, say that Big Mama had money hid, which she did. They had an Uncle Pete. He never came out he never came out of his room or nothing. But that one day, you know, after Big Mama passed, they had dinner. They somewhat was getting along, but that's when all the dirty laundry was coming out of the table as well. Long story short, a fire broke out because the little boy had a towel over the pot, and, you know, fire and everything, and they had to bleed out, And then, you know, like I said, Uncle Pete been in there forever. He don't come out of nothing. So he saw this fire and everything. His TV, he always had a TV. He brought the TV downstairs, and it fell on the floor, and money fell out. So the little boy had, in order for him to get the tradition back together, he had lied to say Big Mama had money stashed up, which she did, but nobody knew about. So it was like he made a lie, but his lie was really not a lie, because, like, Big Mama had it, but Big Mama ain't tell nobody, you know? So with that being said, like, y'all, like, you can see how a really good tradition, like, if y'all didn't watch the movie, y'all just got to picture, like, how can a good ass tradition like that get fucked up from people, you know, not sticking to it, or not having that person, the head, which was Big Mama, to continue. And that was all. And I said, I wish I had that in my life, because I think that would have made my family more closer, especially, like, even on your mom or your dad's side. Either side, I felt like I probably would say my dad's, because, like, it's more than, you know, like, my parents, they experienced that, you know, Big Mama or your great grandmama, whatever you prefer. They kept everybody in check. They kept everybody in line. Like, they ain't play that shit. So if you try to mess up a tradition, or you try to get out of line, step out of line, they're on your ass like grass. Today, with our traditions, is like, yes, some of them are passed down, like the pro is. Some of us are still sticking to them. We still going strong. And then it's like on the other side, some of us sticking to them, and then we slacking. Like, it's like we half-assing it. And it's like, okay, we doing it, but we not doing it what we used to. Like, you know, it's like saying, like, this is traditional. You fucking up with tradition. I'm not that type of person. I don't like that, because, like, if it's a tradition, like, it's something stuck. It's going to be passed down to generation to generation to generation. Because if you have kids, I know I'm going to have some kids in the future. I want to keep them traditions alive, because those traditions help me. And same thing with my future partner. If they have traditions, you know, that help them, keep them alive, okay, we're going to do them traditions. And then, like I said, we might even have to mix our traditions together. Long as the traditions are there, that's what matters to me. Like, keeping a process going and keeping things going and making sure you keep things from how you grew up, even though if you add a little twist, a little spice, a little sauce on it, cool, but long as you're keeping the tradition in the family. Because I feel like I said, soul food was a prime example of traditions and how it could be so big to slightly go left. And it has to take something to get people back together. And I don't want that to happen. But you can't control what God does or whoever you believe in because they know what's best. But so far, fingers crossed, knock on wood, things have been going good when it comes to my immediate family with our traditions. And even though we have my uncle now, we're adding him in traditions and making it even more creative. So I like that. So big props on that one. But yes, y'all, if y'all have not seen Soul Food, I need y'all to go watch it. If you have watched it, y'all know that's a good point. Y'all know I made a good point because like it was just so funny, like how the world, like how things work out. Like I literally was watching that, like towards the end of the part, like after Big Mama died and everything. Like I seen that part of how like he tried to get everybody together to make sure that they don't miss Sunday dinner. They did it, but it's like you shouldn't have to bribe nobody to come. And sometimes that's the things too when it comes to dishes. That's a con. I should not have to be bribing you to come to something that you're supposed to come to every year. Don't do that. Or we do every day of that week. Like, don't do that. Don't break the tradition because if you don't have a legit reason, don't do that. If you have a reason, like, you had a wrong day or you don't, blah, 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 okay, cool. But if you don't want to go and you're trying to be sneaky, let me know. Don't do that. So, yes, when it comes to traditions, is pros and cons. And I always want to look on the positive side. I don't like the cons because, like, it gets ugly. And I feel like traditions are things that you can do generations of generations. Like, they are something that must be kept in the family and it must go on. Like Thanksgiving, like I said, people always have Thanksgiving at their house. Now in the Black community, you gotta rent halls because every 5 minutes is like, the family getting bigger and bigger or somebody getting added in the family, And it was just so funny that one of my professors was like, this year, she thinks it's a baby boomer because everybody having babies left and right. And I see it because every year I turn around, somebody in my family having a baby. So I'm like, yeah, I think it's baby boomer season too. But I love it. I love babies. The more the merrier. And that also helps us with our tradition too because, now the new generation can see it. And I love when the new generation, the babies, when they get to toddlers, up there, like, when they see it and they get into it, it makes it more fun. I think when you create your own little family and you do the traditions like you did when you was a kid and stuff like that, it makes it more fun. It makes the holiday time more interesting and it's so full of joy, especially when you have your own little family or you have like your own little nieces, nephews, and godchildren, stuff like that. Like, like when I'm being in the mall, I'd be like, oh my God, look at all the family. Like, when I was younger, it was a tradition that I must take pictures with Santa. It was a must. And it kind of started slipping when my brother came because he hated it. Like, he hated it. So I was like, okay, cut that back. My sister, she didn't want to take it at all. So she was like, no. So yeah, that tradition was gone. But for me, it was a must. It was a must. And I feel like too, with my kids, I'm going to do that when I have kids in the future. Every year is a must that we take pictures with Santa. Like, we're going to take it. They're going to take their own, but we're going to take pictures too. So like when it comes to holiday time, y'all, I love to think of the positive and do the positive when it comes to traditions. I don't want to slip and slack because I feel like if you slacking on the traditions, it's just like it's going to turn to a con to the point where you don't want to do it no more, or like it gets, I don't want to say played out, but it's like people start to forget what it was and then they try to do it again and it just fucks up. So I always say, like, I keep traditions alive. I don't want to break it because it's like that's what helped me. Like I mentioned earlier, like sometimes I do be having a rough time during the holiday season because I don't have my grandparents. So, or my aunt that just passed. God rest their soul. Sometimes for traditions, like some Christmases I would go down there. And when I was younger, they spent Christmas, my grandparents spent Christmas with me. But then when they passed, things were different. Then my siblings came along, Sometimes it is hard when you lose people. It is like you have to still make the best out of it and also keep hope alive. Keep them memories alive with them because, even though they're not here physically, they're still here because you're keeping it alive. So before I leave y'all off, I just want y'all to know to keep traditions alive, especially when it comes to the black community. Like when it comes to the black community, we have traditions like our traditions of like having a large family gathering to celebrate special occasions such as like birthdays, weddings, and with the holiday time, we go all out. When I did my research, some it said funerals. Now, yes, I would say yes because that's to celebrate a homegoing for a person. But y'all, with that tradition as a black person, oh Lord, I can't do funerals. I can't, but it's tradition in the black community to celebrate that person homegoing like how they were here when they were alive. So you have to go out. I won't say with a bang, but take them, celebrate them the way that they were celebrated here. So before, I'm about to say before we leave, like I'm about to let y'all go because I know y'all probably like, okay, you got me excited, or some of y'all like, all right, okay, whatever. But like I said, I have this platform to help somebody. I just hope that my platform help. If it don't help a lot of people, it helps somebody. If my platform don't help a lot of people, I just hope my platform helps somebody. And I'm going to keep on posting every Wednesday because this is a tradition. I feel like, when you stick to something, it gets traditional. It gets a routine. Routines, I feel like are like a traditional type thing. It depends on what it is and what it is. But I ain't going to get into it. But, yes, like I said, I'm going to keep posting until somebody notice me. And when I say somebody knows me, meaning like, want somebody famous to notice me. Be like they want me to interview them, type stuff like that. Putting it out there, manifesting that. Okay? And with that being said, I want to leave y'all guys out on this note. When it comes to traditions, especially in the black community, don't break them. If you feel like it's getting boring, tweak it up. If you feel like people slacking, get in their ass and tell them get their shit together so they won't mess this up. And I just want y'all to, like, if you feel like something ain't right, feel like the tradition's going left or something like that, bring up soul food. And if they don't know what it is, play it. And after that, I'm telling y'all, they're going to be crying. They're going to be like, they're going to appreciate the traditions that y'all have, okay? Because when I watched it, I almost teared up. And I was like, you know what? I'm sticking real hard to my traditions because I'm getting older. Everybody getting older. And we need to stick to what we know because soon we will be having our own little families that we have to bring together as one. So when they get older, have their families, pass it on, basically. Keep the traditions going, okay? Keep the legacy alive, okay? So with that being said, y'all, keep traditions alive, keep the legacy alive. If you feel like something's slipping, think of soul food, play it. They don't know what it is, but just keep traditions alive, especially within the black community, because we are all that we have. Close families, close family members, and close friends are what we have. That's all we got. So make the best out of it. Please enjoy this holiday time. We're celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. I wish you guys nothing but a happy holiday. I wish you guys nothing but peace and blessings and also good wealth and good health. And you guys will most definitely hear from me next week on Wednesday. And also, please be safe out here as well. Bye.